Your current time tax day just passed, and we hope you either made the deadline there or requested an extension for that one. Another deadline is quickly approaching, and we want to help you prepare for this one too. It is the Real ID deadline. It's just a few weeks away on May 7th. DMV Administrator Bud Craddock is here to tell us all about it and what it means for you in time for you to schedule any necessary appointments. Bud, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Good to see you today.
Thank you. And so tell us a little bit about what this is. It's something that we are understanding has been like 20 years in the making.
That's correct. The Real ID was first established in 2005 as a result of the 9/11 bombings. And it's to establish a standardized way to verify that whoever is holding a credential is the correct person. So the federal government put in some guidelines every DMV in the country has to abide by. We started issuing Real ID credentials, I believe it was in 2019. We've gone through one full cycle, so everyone has had an opportunity to opt in for a Real ID. Real IDs are optional in Rhode Island. Some states have made them mandatory, but we are optional. We're currently at about a 62% acceptance rate, so we're feeling pretty confident that we are going to be servicing our constituents fairly well. We've added a few extra reservations every day to try to accommodate some individuals who are coming in on the last minute. And I want to stress that the May 7th is not a deadline. It's when enforcement begins. People will still be able to get Real IDs after May 7th.
Okay, so let's talk about this enforcement. We are going to see some of this enforcement, particularly at airports, if you are traveling domestically. And I think it's important to differentiate between the Real ID and the passport. They're not interchangeable.
No, they are not. If you're traveling internationally, you still need a passport. You can use your passport for domestic travel in lieu of a Real ID license or identification card. There are multiple documents that the TSA will accept. A list of those documents are available on the Rhode Island DMV website, dmv.ri.gov, as well as on the TSA website. So if you have one of those documents, you don't necessarily have to come in to get a Real ID license.
However, that could put you in a predicament where you could be delayed trying to get onto the flight. So it's really better to have it than not. So let's talk about how we identify that for people who don't know whether they have it because they don't know what it looks like. Tell us how we identify what it is.
Sure. If you look at your regular driver's license or your state identification card, you look in the upper right-hand corner. There is a gold circle with a white star in it.
Okay.
That designates that you are Real ID compliant.
And what do we need to become compliant?
Sure. And the first thing you will need is either a birth certificate or an unexpired passport to show your legal presence here in the country. You will then also need 2 proofs of residence to show you a Rhode Island resident. That could be a utility bill, insurance bill, bank statement. You'll need 2 of those, and then also you'll need your social security number. You don't have to provide proof of it, just give us the number and we are able to verify that electronically.
Now, you brought up residency, which is an important point for people like immigrants who may have some unique circumstances. Tell us how the Real ID compliance applies to people who may be paroled into the U.S. or maybe have a different immigration status.
Sure. Individuals that are here and have legal presence are able to get Real ID credentials. Individuals who are here that have the undocumented credentials are unable to get a Real ID.
Okay, and so we can definitely learn some more information about that because there are some very specific requirements and things that people need to know when it comes to what they need to do in those specific situations. So tell us a little bit, last question for you, what buildings, we know we talked about being required at the airport, but what buildings might people try to access that they might not think about under that federal umbrella that this could be required for?
Right. I would recommend people go to the specific federal site that they're looking to enter. Most of the times, the buildings that are going to be restricted are those that are higher security in places like military bases, nuclear facilities, individuals that have to go to like Social Security or courthouses. Those are not Real ID required.
Okay, so we will get all of that information as well as this complete interview posted on our website for you. That is abc6.com. But I want to say thank you again for joining us here in studio, and we will be back in about 3 minutes with more news and weather.